I'm Jake.
Alex, back again.
Happy Friday the 13th, everybody.
Ooh.
And for today, I thought we'd react to a Friday the 13th movie review.
Very appropriate.
Obviously. And today we're going to be reacting to the Cinema Snob's classic at this point review of Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. Arguably the worst and most hated film in the Friday the 13th franchise. And this is really old because Brad's still in his old set. It's under 10 minutes because that was how YouTube rolled back in the day. So
just to refresh, this is the one without Jason, right?
Yes.
Okay. Somebody had a great idea.
Yeah, after they supposedly killed Jason for real, this is where they tried to revamp it. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Okay.
That's for Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday.
He's too fucking big.
I'm walking ahead. Who could it be? Me.
Jason Voorhees has led a tough life. He's like the Johnny Cash of slasher killers. He's had some tough times, but even with his haunted childhood, his years spent growing up as a recluse deep in the forest, he's always stuck by his machete and provided us with a silver platter of human body parts.
Classic
At least
character.
when he's not being hassled by the MPAA, who turn out to be even bigger bullies than the fucking kids who probably did pick on him at the summer camp. From Crystal Lake to Forest Green, then renamed to Crystal Lake again, and from New York, aka fucking Canada, to outer space. No, not that one. Not that one. No.
No.
What? No. No, oh, come on.
Whoa.
There we
Well, I
go.
went to space.
Anyway, through all of that, Jason has proved himself to be the king of slashers. Except for that one. What's the one that most people, including its own sequels, hardly even acknowledge? Oh yeah. Friday the 13th, Part 5. My ass, it's a new beginning. A new beginning of what? A solo film that was forgotten by every Friday film following it? Just to warn
It's the
everyone
Highlander
out there,
2 of
this
Friday the
review
13th
will
movies.
contain spoilers. So the previous film, Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter, was supposed to be the last Jason film. That's it. We're done. We're stopping at 4. But lo and behold, it made money at the box office. So what do? You make another one, even though you supposedly killed off the killer for good in the previous one.
It's only a mild
Part 5
inconvenience.
takes place several years after
Especially
the
in
events
horror.
in Part 4. That film's survivor, Tommy Jarvis, has spent many years in a mental institution and is now
Similar
being
theme?
shipped off to a halfway house in the middle of the woods, run by the guy who gave Indiana Jones his hat. Yeah,
Same
there
guy.
You go. Just send the quiet guy, haunted by memories of a deranged killer murdering his family in the woods, back to the woods, and to the same
PTSD?
fucking woods. Tommy keeps having visions and dreams of Jason. Some are just Jason standing about, and another dream has Jason killing a couple of punks who dig up his grave. Then, without warning, someone in a fucking hockey mask turns up and starts killing people Jason style. Now,
Nope.
remember earlier when I said spoiler alert? Well, here it is. Angela's a boy.
Sleepaway Camp.
Jason isn't the killer in this film. Early on in the film, the annoying fat kid at the house starts bugging all of the patients by either offering them chocolate bars or dirtying up their laundry. Great. Now the sheets probably look like his fucking underwear. He ends up pissing off the wrong guy, which means... BAM!
Whoa!
I guess that's one thing.
I don't think this is a well-run institute.
Kill off its most annoying character first. And the scene is unintentionally kind of funny.
It is.
Oh gee, I wonder who the killer is. There's also some other characters, including these two, a redneck Rhea Perlman and her yokel son.
Say it like you mean it, Ma. Would you shut the fuck up?
If you're gonna live in murder capital USA, you might as well be a dumb fucking redneck.
You big dildo. Eat your fucking slop.
Mm-hmm.
They
Classic
might
lines.
as well hang a sign over them that says, "Oh, we are so dead." What I don't get about this fucking movie is that since it's not Jason Voorhees, why does he still have superhuman fucking strength?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried breaking someone's face with hedge trimmers? It's not easy, and neither is crushing a man's skull with a belt. Even Jason himself would break a sweat over that shit. In case you didn't realize it, the fat kid killed at the beginning is the son of the paramedic. So that guy gets his revenge by killing every fucking thing that moves.
Lame.
You could simply say, what's the difference between something like this and Halloween 3 Season of the Witch? The difference is that that film wasn't trying to be a Michael Myers film. This film fucking tricks our asses to the point to where it almost seems like it wants to take revenge out on the audience because it was raped by the MPAA. Yawn. And I know that Jason also wasn't the killer in the first one, but this is part 5. It's well been established by this point that Jason is the killer of the series. A lot of things also don't make any fucking sense. How is this a new beginning? The killer is fucking mortal. He lands on spikes at the end of it. Do I really want to see a resurrection of Roy the paramedic? And neither do I want to see another film featuring Tommy as the new Jason, because there would be a new set of spikes waiting for him. He's fucking mortal too.
Yeah, that's what they were implying.
That's great. A shocker ending that isn't even touched upon in the next movie. And how about this fucking line?
Jason Voorhees is dead. His body was cremated. He's nothing but a handful of ash.
Cremated? So is that why he's just a pile of ash in the next several movies? And don't give me that shit about how they just wanted to secretly bury Jason without anybody knowing about it. In the next film, his fucking grave is marked. Maybe this whole part 5 thing is just a bad dream by Tommy Jarvis. No wonder he seems so adamant to kill Jason in part 6. I'd want to take a couple more whacks at the corpse too if I kept having recurring dreams of phony Jason movies. And there's one part that has seriously bugged me for years, which truly tells you how sad my life is. At the end of the movie, the cop is going through several different newspaper clippings and showing them to the survivor, letting her in on Roy's backstory. And the newspaper clippings all have to do with Jason Voorhees. My question is, who the fuck took that picture? What poor unfortunate soul lost their life so that the local Crystal Lake Gazette could have the clearest front page picture of Jason fucking Voorhees? This film can't even get it right from the fucking box cover. Not even the fake Jason wears a mask like that, so you bet your ass the real Jason never did. What is this, a fucking picture of Lord Humongous? This looks like it should be one of those stupid-ass bloody murder movies. It's Jason Voorhees, not Trevor fucking Morehouse. This film can't even tell apart hockey-masked psychopaths. It's the equivalent of breaking a mirror glass black cat sculpture under an umbrella. Why that would ever happen, I have no idea. But then again, why the fuck would you make a Jason film without fucking Jason?
Rhea Perlman.
I haven't watched this review in years, and I reviewed this movie over my main channel on my show James C Reviews, and I did make a joke about how she kind of looks like Rhea Perlman, and I'm like, oh god, I was ripping this guy off without even realizing it.
Yep.
But yeah, that's a classic review of his, and from 2009, I believe. And even though it doesn't go through the whole film, it's a little non-linear, like most of his early stuff. I think it's a pretty fun review of A New Beginning.
Yeah, I thought he captured just how ridiculous the entire concept of this fifth movie was.
Yeah, just trying to continue the franchise without the thing everybody comes back for.
And he pointed out a lot of the inconsistencies in just how obvious the entire film was.
And the part about them retconning it, a word for the Highlanders series, forgetting the one movie that just failed completely.
I'd also like to forget the fifth movie in the Star Trek franchise, so they should just stop there.
You just can't let that one go,
No.
can you? Well, I'd love to forget the fourth one, but life isn't perfect.
Yeah.
And part 5, it's got a lot of, as they show, annoying characters. Like, it's not just the fact that they have that stupid twist where it's this random paramedic we saw in 2 scenes. It's also the fact that just everybody is really over the top, cliched, the dialogue is dreadful. And
Even more so than your typical Jason movie.
I mean, the other movies kind of know what they are, so they don't try to go too much further. But this one, just, it really stands out in how bad it is.
It tried to be too cute.
And I loved that joke at the end. Never really thought of this before. About the picture in the newspaper. That actually is a good point. How did he get the picture? And also, that opening where he's trying to stick up the cardboard cutout. That was a fun little sequence.
Yeah.
I think this was back when Brad was filming all of his reviews on a high-8 tape camera, because you can hear that hiss going on.
Yeah, it seemed a little bit more low budget than what we expect now.
And the quality matches, I think, the high-8 days.
Yeah.
He commented he shot everything, his episodes, his movies, on a high-8 tape camera. And why did he upgrade to digital? The original camera broke.
A necessity. But his humor is still there, the style is still there. That tone that's made him famous is all there.
It's interesting, like, some reviewers really try to upgrade and add new stuff as they go on. Brad is one of the few that's even, like, the biggest change he does is his reviews are longer. Sometimes they go 30 minutes, sometimes 40 if it's a really bad thing. But he does do a few sketches, but only for a really special episode. For the most part, he's kept to the format of sitting in the chair, cross-legged, and with his hands on the sides. His humor, his delivery is still the same, and he's one of the few people that hasn't really changed too much, but he's still fresh almost every time you see him. Like, that's what I like about him. Very few people can do that.
Yeah.
It's also cool to see his old wall with the posters and the rack.
The Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Classic there.
And blue velvet in the side.
Yeah.
And, oh, you notice, but, that poster you see right behind him there, that's his first movie that he ever made.
Oh.
Freak Out, and from 2003. It's a nice little film about a serial killer. And, I was to say, back when Brad was a little bit fatter and still had hair, and his glasses still had glass in them. Fun review and bad movie, but...
Terrible movie, but decent review.
Happy Friday the 13th. May you trip and break your mother's back.
Oh, enjoy.